Welcome back. The Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization for Music Rights has recognized its first music user license issued to the First Citizens Investment Services. ECCO is an association of composers and publishers of musical works, which, among other things, looks after the rights of its members. Local Representative Bernard Joseph says they have been working tediously to gain the license and recognition from various companies since June 2011, and that First Citizens Investment should be recognized for coming on board with them.
What is happening here in terms of the recognition is a result of someone responding to us, telling them that we are here and what we are all about. I'll just read part of the general letter that we send to music users. It says in part, when music is played at a public event or in any business, whether by radio, television, compact disc or cassettes, and made audible to members of the public, then those responsible are required to obtain copyright clearance for the public performance they are giving. ECCO provides this clearance by means of our public performance license. And then further down we say therefore you're required to apply for a license from ECCO if you use music at public events or in your business by completing the enclosed application form.
Registrar of the Commerce and Intellectual Property Office, Andrea Young-Lewis, says another important feature of the Copyright Act, in addition to providing and establishing the economic rights of the right holder, is that it makes provision for the establishment of collective societies.
Copyright Act of 2004 makes provision for the establishment of collective societies. And so, from that time in 2004, as Mr. Joseph indicated, efforts got underway to get to where we are today, to establish a collective society in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I believe that it is a historic occasion because it is the first time that we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines our own collective society. I believe when Mr. Tibble speaks, he will give you some more background and some history on the status quo prior this new piece of legislation. So I think we have come a long way, and in June of 2011, on the 3rd of June 2011, yes, I remember the date, we issued a license to the Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization for Music Rights to operate a collective society for the music industry.
Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Keith Miller reiterated that there has to be a collective approach to tackling the issue of copyright here. Miller says once everyone works together, things can happen. He notes that the laws have been put in place and part of their role is to enforce these laws, which they are fully committed to doing.
So it is in this context that, as the Commissioner of Police, and Mr. Joseph made mention of the way we operate within the police force, where once I'm having a meeting, I will bring in the relevant persons, because the Commissioner alone can't do it. The Commissioner, even when I'm absent, the police force, the business of the police force must continue. Hence the reason why from time to time, or in most cases, I have to involve the relevant persons so that they will be aware of our roles and responsibilities, and where necessary, that enforcement must be carried out. So again, under the Act, the Copyright Act, we have wide powers, similar to that under the Criminal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code. And as Ms. Young correctly said, once we receive a report, we will carry out the necessary investigations, and our investigations will take us to SIPO and ECCO, etc.